Hi friends, it's Mr. Alex from Adams Memorial Library, and another Friday means even more Online Origami Club. This week, I thought that we would fold origami of one of my favorite springtime animals, and that's a bunny. So be sure to stop here at the library at our curbside pickup or children's room desk to get your very own Online Origami Club kit. And in this kit is all the paper you'll need to make the project that I'm about to show you today in different colors and patterns. So let me show you what else you'll need in addition to your paper, and we can get started. As always, whenever we're making an Online Origami Club project, we need just 4 things. We're going to need a practice sheet of paper to get really good at making our project. And this week's a toughie, so I definitely need lots of practice paper. Then we need our Online Origami Club kit, or whatever paper we're going to use for our final project, as well as a pair of scissors to trim down our practice paper in case it isn't already a perfect square, and markers, crayons, or something else to decorate with. So gather all that up and we'll get folding. In order to fold our origami rabbit, the first thing that we're going to do is take the pattern side of our paper and flip it face down toward the table. Now we're going to take a moment and make an awful lot of guidelines for us to fold by for the rest of our project. So the first thing that we're going to do is that we're going to fold our project in half like this, and then we're going to fold each of these edges here when we open it back up into this middle guideline. So we'll go ahead and do that, folding those in. And once we have this shape, we're actually going to open our project back up. So we'll open it back up like this. Then we're going to repeat this process in the other direction. So we're going to fold our paper in half, open it back up, and fold this side and this side into our middle line. Now, once we've done this, we should be able to open our project back up one more time, and we'll see what looks like a large grid of squares, something like this on the inside. Then we're going to take and fold our project in half diagonally this way, open it back up, and fold it in half diagonally the other way. And all of these guidelines are going to help make sure that our future folds for our rabbit are successful. Now, once we have this, we're going to open back up and we're going to recreate one of our original folds. So we're going to fold it just like this so that we have this shape here that we've already made. Now, at this point, we're going to take and choose one of the ends, either this end here or this end here, and we are going to tuck each of these corners, so this corner here and this corner here, into the project like this, right along our guidelines. So, and this part, it's important to make sure that you've lined everything up. So again, this is why we have those guidelines. We're just going to make sure that it lines up perfectly with what we folded before, and we should have something that looks like this. So again, we've gone from this shape here and just gone and tucked that in like that. Then we're going to repeat on this side here. So tucking this in as well, making sure that everything lines up with our previous folds. And we'll be left with something that looks like this. And it should have these little flaps on the front here. Now, at this point, we're going to take our project and flip it over like this. So we should have the back of our project with no seam down the middle. We're going to flip the part that we just folded down like this, so that way, if we flip our project back over, we'll have our shape like this again, but now with a seam down the middle. And that's important. At this point, we are going to take this edge here and this edge here, and we're going to fold them in toward the center line, so that way we'll have a shape that looks like this. So again, we've taken this shape here, folded the edge in to our center crease, just like that, and then repeating on this side here. Give it a nice sharp crease, and we'll have something that looks like this. Now, just like we flipped over the head of our rabbit before, earlier in the project, we're going to do that one more time, taking this and sort of pivoting it along this line here, just down like that, until we have a shape that looks like this. So again, just going from here and right on this line, taking it and folding it down. Then we can flip our project over to this side here, and we're going to take and fold our rabbit's nose by just rounding off the end like that. Now at this point, we can take and using this center seam here, the part that opens up as our guideline, we can just go ahead and fold our rabbit right in half, giving us something that looks like this. Now, once we have this shape, we're just going to pull gently on our rabbit's ears, which will sort of pull the body up like this and crease it off to create our rabbit's head and body. And I usually like to fold mine right about here for our rabbit. Again, we want to keep everything nice and even and lining up, and we'll have a shape that looks like this. So at this point, we are going to take the back end of our rabbit and we're going to fold it so that if we fold this over, so going from here to here, that this top corner right here is just touching the bottom of our rabbit's chin. And we're going to make a crease like that. Then we're going to go ahead and turn this portion, this flap here, to the inside of our project. So we'll go ahead and flip it inside, just like that, giving us a shape that looks like this, and we'll be able to crease it off. So again, we are just going to take from here, fold it over, and then flip it inside along that fold line, like this. So now that we have this shape, it is time for what I think is the most challenging part of this origami project, and that is making our rabbit's legs. So in order to do that, we're going to open up the back of our rabbit like a book here, and we are actually going to sort of make a W out of the center of our project. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to have to do it and then show the camera because it's a little hard for me to do from this angle, but we're going to take our centerpiece here and just pull it up like this and make, again, what sort of looks like a W shape. Once we have this W shape, we're not going to fold it, but we're going to use that as the guidelines for, as you can see here, our rabbit's feet. But we want these to be pointed, so we're just going to manipulate the fold by taking one corner of our project. Again, it's a little hard to show the camera. We're going to take one corner of our project on the inside and make it pointed off, just like that, for our rabbit's foot. And then we're going to go ahead and repeat on the other side as well. And that is when we can crease it off. Once we've creased off our rabbit's foot, we should have something like this, and our rabbit is almost finished. The final step is going to be to flip our rabbit to the front, and we are going to open up its ears just like this. And that is going to make one good-looking bunny, all ready for spring. Now, again, like I said, the part where you're folding the rabbit's feet can be a little tricky, and it is difficult to do to show you on camera. So if you have any trouble, don't be afraid to come into the library and ask how I did it, and I'd be more than happy to show you. But now that our rabbit's done, it's time for the best part, which is to decorate it. So you get your markers, your crayons, and decorate this bunny for spring. And after a lot of practice, especially folding our rabbit's feet, I took my final sheet of Origami Club paper and I made this rabbit here. Now, as you can see, I actually folded my rabbit with the white side of the paper facing out because that's how I wanted my rabbit to look. But you could also fold it with the floral side of the paper out and have your rabbit look like that as well. But whatever you choose to do, I'm sure that your rabbit will be great, and I definitely love to see how it turned out. So be sure to send pictures on over to us at kids@adamslib.org. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for updates not only about the Online Origami Club, but everything else that we do here at the library. And as always, happy crafting, everybody.